Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Seasonal Tokens Podcast, where Polar interviews people so you can do more investing and less gambling.
Hello everyone, it is Polar here, the CMO of Seasonal Tokens. Today we're having a special guest. We're having Tiers from Seasonal Tokens. Welcome, Tiers.
Thank you very much, Polar. It's good to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, it is my pleasure. I have prepared a lot of questions for you that I believe will help to our listeners to guide them in the current market situation and also to put a strategy in front of them for the coming future. I hope that you're ready for this.
I will do my best.
Okay, so let's start with the first and standard question. Can you introduce yourself and your background with a few words?
Yeah, so my name's Tiers. That's how I'm known in the DeFi space, though my real name is Sam. Most people know that now. I've been in the DeFi space for about 4 years and full-time for about 2 years. I work in general advisory, to a degree marketing, community leadership and management. I'm basically the guy you come to when you need a team put together. And then I work in the background, primarily in consultancy now. And that's just the general overview of what I do.
Yeah, I can definitely vouch for this. Tiers is the guy that knows almost everybody in the DeFi world. He is actually the reason why I'm also part of the Seasonal Tokens. So I can vouch for this guy. He's definitely amazing. So from what I understand and from what I just heard, you are very, very deep in the crypto. So what has actually attracted you in the crypto when there are plenty of opportunities in the Web2 space too?
So crypto to me, it was initially just the ambiguity of what it represented. So I first heard about Bitcoin when I was 16, which is about 10 years ago now. And I had no idea what was going on. I was only 16, I was in college. I'd worked a few part-time jobs, but nothing serious. I was still studying. So it was just this weird foreign concept. And I was into IT anyway. That's what I studied. So I thought, okay, let's start mining some Bitcoin. And I must have mined. I think I mined. I don't know what I was doing back then. I tried to mine. That laptop's long gone. The hardware's all now lost. So who knows how much I'm worth, technically speaking, if I had that hard drive. Lost to the void now. But yeah, since that point onwards, I went into the workforce and obviously deep dived into the real world, worked full time for many, many years. And I think the longer you go on in this day and age and you keep working within this encompassing financial system, which really doesn't allow you to progress very well easily, you need to look for alternative options. And the more and more I worked, the harder I worked and the higher up the hierarchy I got, the less money I seemed to actually be able to sustainably keep and the more money seemed to be going out. So I just thought, this isn't sustainable long term. I'm going to wind up trapped in a financial system I can't get out of with a mortgage around my neck, and I'm never going to break free from this. So I just started to deep dive into these different options, and that's when I'd say I really looked into Bitcoin. Before that, it was all just fluff. It was me just wondering what it is here and there. But yeah, when I actually deep dived into it, I realized, hang on, this isn't just some random ambiguous side concept that's been created by some random dude. This is actually revolutionary technology, and this is literally this is the ground floor level of it. So we need to get into it. And that was my mindset, at least.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying and comparing it with the internet. So I definitely think that this is going to change our whole life, and it has already started. But one thing that I wasn't able to figure out from your answer is when actually approximately you have started in crypto.
So when I actually started, I would have, how old was I then? I used to work on cruise ships, and before I went up my first and only real contract at sea, I think I've been working full time in a phone shop. I'd worked my way up to being a manager. And like I said, I'd gone from sales to assistant manager to manager in a year, flew up through the ranks, but I wasn't making any money. And I thought, the money I've got in the bank now is, it's just, for my age, it's not a bad amount. What can I do with it? I really want to start investing. So I must have been about 20 odd. I thought, I'm going to buy myself a Bitcoin. Bought myself a Bitcoin and locked it in because then I went out to sea. And let me tell you, on cruise ships, you do not make any money. Even the upper echelons don't really make any money. I would consider it to be complete and utter slave labor. I think I was making £600 a month for doing 14 hours a day with basically no days off. It was not anything comparable to real money at all. But my Bitcoin investment, one day I looked at it and it had done it 2x'd. Like I only had one Bitcoin back then. It was only worth, I think, $3,000. No, that was it. I bought in at $3,000, one Bitcoin. And then when I looked it on the ships, it was suddenly worth $4,500. And I'd been working my ass off, pennies, and suddenly my portfolio had, gone up by $1,500, which to me was a massive deal. And that was when the cogs in my head started to turn. I thought, hang on a minute, this is real. This isn't just some random nonsense. This is actually very real. And I can make a living off this if I just learn about it. So yeah, I'd say when I was about 20 odds when I first jumped in.
Wow. Like working for nothing, it's something that a lot of people are struggling with at the moment. I'm sure that a lot of people that are listening to the podcast will somehow feel your pain because they have gone through this or are still in this. And I hope and pray that almost all of them, or the best would be if all of them will be able to finish this slavery, because in crypto I also believe that there are a lot opportunities, a lot of the future jobs are there and will be built there. So like it's good to start thinking in this direction if you don't like your work or if you're just a slave in your work. But yeah,
I definitely was. I was definitely a slave, and being free from it now and being able to work for myself in a few short years of just really grinding and learning. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Honestly, it's still very early. The market's in a position now where I think we're basically at a really good level to get back in. Now is a good time to start reevaluating what you're doing with your career and what you can do in the cyberspace and the crypto space, because the opportunities are now becoming endless. There's so much to do here and there's so much money to be made here. It's financial freedom. That's what you can earn from this at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Which brings me to the next question, which somehow you have answered. But are you currently actively investing in crypto?
I was buying more Bitcoin as it went down from 69 to obviously where we're at now. I've been DCAing in a little bit here and there. I wouldn't say I'm now actively investing. I'm more so just evaluating different positions I'm in and sort of checking where we're going to be, because I do think we're going to see a further decrease in the market. I don't think we're done yet. I think we're going to drop down to maybe 14k, and I don't think it'll be an easy drop. I think it'll be quite sudden, and then that's when we're going to start seeing some real reversals coming into place. And so I'm DCAing in these levels now, just for Bitcoin solely for now, in terms of long-term investments. And obviously, we're going to talk about seasonal tokens later, but I won't even go too much into seasonal tokens until we get there. But that where we stand right now is an amazing time to start looking into seasonal tokens for investments as well. So yeah, I'd say I am actively somewhat investing, but I'm not going completely in until I see a few lower levels.
I think that all of us are in the same position. Like we are searching and waiting for the best position to jump again in this. And just for qualification, like by saying DCAing, you're saying like dollar cost average, right?
Yeah, exactly. So rather than just YOLOing it all in at once and hoping for the best, it's just spreading out your buys. Like routinely, what you can do in general is say you've got $500 excess a month you can spend. Then every month, regardless of the price of the asset, you just buy in the same amount of dollars or pounds or whatever, and obviously you're going to get a differing amount of the quantity of the asset. But on a long term, you're going to get more for your money, because no one can really time the market. You need to be, even the best in the business can't time the market in crypto. It's too volatile already. So if you're looking for a safer bet and you haven't got a load of money to splurge in at once, it is just generally best to DCA, dollar cost average, into the asset you want, which is what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that especially if you are starting right now, this is the best long-term strategy to follow. And when and if, of course, crypto becomes your full-time job, maybe you can use the other strategies that exist. But so far, I have also seen that dollar cost averaging is one of the safest bets